And welcome everyone to tvosj.org, the voice of San Joaquin. And now it is time for the St. Mary Sports Ice Hockey Team.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Rams Hockey. This is September 12th, 2019, our second or third show of the season. I believe it's our second. We have a bunch of great guests, and we have a special guest that was unannounced that came in, and she was in her own makeup room getting ready for the show. But anyhow, we'll introduce these boys as we go. We have one senior here tonight. He played with us last year, so I'm going to start with him, and we'll go around the table. Introduce yourselves, what position you play, and what your number is. So when these people are watching you at home, they'll know who you are. Go ahead, Jackson.
All right, what's up? I'm Jack.
Jack who?
I am Jack Hansen.
Thank you.
My apologies. I play defense, left defense to be exact, and I'm number 20.
My name's Christian Hansen. I'm his brother, and number 18, and I play right defense.
My name is James Albert. I'm number 3, and I'm a left defenseman.
My name's Bobby Bird, and I'm number 12, and I play center forward.
And I got my special guest is going to introduce herself. She's a mother of one of these young men, and here you go.
Hi, my name's Allie Albert. I'm Jimmy's mom, or James's mom, number 3, the defenseman.
Hey, great to have you all aboard tonight. We're looking forward to something tomorrow night. What's
Yes,
tomorrow
sir.
night?
First game.
Big
Of
game.
the season.
And we're playing Bellarmine in San Jose, their home rink. So I'm going to ask these the kids that wasn't with us last year. Now Bobby practiced with us, so he was really part of the team. He did go back and play at Shattuck St. Mary's last year with us. But what are you looking forward to tomorrow night, Christian?
I'm just ready to get the season going.
Yeah. How's practice been?
It's been good, actually.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
A little bit different than from your Colts days, right?
Yeah.
A little more intense?
Yeah, faster.
How are you getting along in school? I mean, that's a big transition. I know Jack's been through it. Bobby was there last year too, but that's a different. Tell me about the change up going to this school than your old school.
It's a lot different, but it's made it really easy to move, knowing some people already, but I like it so far.
How about the style of the school as far as your curriculum?
It's good. Not what I'm used to, though. Last year I didn't have much homework, and this year I have quite a bit.
And managing the time to get it done because of all the hours a day you spend in hockey and in school. So you can't procrastinate. You got to go out there and you got to attack from the gate. Don't start from behind.
Time management is very big.
Very big. Mr. Albert, go ahead. Talk to us a little bit about you're anticipating tomorrow night's game and how your practice has been going and that type of thing.
Well, the practice has been going good. I think that we're coming together as a team, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we get a win.
Now, where were you playing last year?
I was playing at GC North.
Now, how does our practices compare to what you're used to?
I'm liking these practices better than last year. Last year it was intense like this year, but I think this year is a lot more intense and it'll be more fun.
Well, good. We're looking forward to having you guys aboard. It's helped our roster out quite a bit to get you an influx. Mr. Bird, talk to me. What's going on, man? How are you been doing at school? What are you looking forward to playing in your first game with St. Mary's?
School's been doing pretty good in school. Keeping my grades up is most important.
Right.
I'm looking forward to beating Bellarmine. Go to San Jose and beat them at their home ice.
Yeah. And for those who can't make it tomorrow night, I believe it's a 7:30 start.
Yeah.
In San Jose at the Solar
Solar for America.
South
Thank
Rink.
you. Huh?
South Rink.
South Rink. They'll be there in their glory. And we have a return match against them on Sunday here at Oak Park at 5:20. I'm looking forward to this season from what I've seen on the ice, and I've been to majority of their practices. The team looks faster than they were last year. Our skilled player, we have quite a few more skilled players than we did last year. And that's not saying that the newer guys are the skilled players, because some of them are. But our guys from last year that have come back, and Jack, you can kind of jump in here. I think that we're more intense on the practices. We're trying to
Definitely.
Yeah. Last year we didn't really. I mean, we were gel as a unit, but actually going out and playing, it was like, I would say, a third of the way through the season, we finally started realizing that we have to go out there and play.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get my good friend Ellie, who's embarrassed to be here, but I've conned her into it. I gave her no money to show up, and she came anyhow. But Ellie, talk to me about how it is to be a parent. Now, you guys live in Clayton.
Yeah.
He's not with us any longer. He went to another team. Oh, you live in Clayton.
We live in Clayton.
Anyhow, talk to us a little bit about being a mom and having the separation of your child. He lives with these other goons. I mean, these other nice players we have.
Way to go, Rick.
But talk to us a little bit how you feel as a mother and what you think of the program and why you allowed your kid to come here and that type of thing.
Yeah, that's great. No, we're really proud of Jimmy and starting his adventure here at St. Mary's and looking forward to watching him grow both academically and in his hockey skills. So that was a big plus for us.
Right.
Really enjoying these boys that he's living with. And of course the Birds have made him very welcome and at home. And so that's been an easy transition as far as us not being concerned about Jimmy while he is playing hockey and going to school. But I will tell you, at home it's pretty quiet, and his little brother, as much as he resists saying that he misses his brother, and so we miss the loud music, we miss the bang 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 up and down the stairs, we miss all those annoying things, mom, that kind of stuff, and we do miss that a lot. So, and his animals miss him too, his 2 dogs.
So tell me, where's Clayton, California?
So it's right at the base of Mount Diablo, near Concord, and kind of over the hill from Walnut Creek. So.
And your husband's works for the law enforcement, police officer, I believe, right?
Yes, that is correct, yes.
And his first name is?
Chris Albert, yes.
So if you get in trouble over there, just say you know Chris Albert. You'll be home free.
Home free.
What company does he work for?
San Leandro.
San Leandro. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Welcome aboard. It's not as bad as you think, right?
No, it's been.
I'm very
it's been
calming.
great.
I'm a very calming person. Not really. But
Yeah.
anyhow.
Okay. Thank you.
So tomorrow night we open up against Bellarmine. Now that school's been around for quite a while. Their hockey program is pretty good. It was last year. I don't know what's coming back this year for them or not. They have a great coaching staff headed by Dave Guy. Good guy, a good product there. So we're going to get a little test tomorrow and see how the boys look, and then we get them again, like I said, on Sunday. And then 2 weeks from this weekend, so not next weekend, the following weekend, I believe it's around the 26th, 7th of the month, we play Tahoe Academy. Now, your thoughts on Tahoe Academy, Mr. Hansen?
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah?
We know how they played last year. We can expect a little bit of the same.
Right.
So it should be good.
Now, Tahoe plays a physical style hockey, which is not good or bad or whatever. That's just the way they play. And we had the first time we played them last year. I think we were kind of stunned by that. We returned the next night here in Stockton, and we beat them. So we figured out what to do or how to maneuver around that. Now, for these young guys that are here, now Bobby did travel with us once last year, but talk to us about traveling, Mr. Jack Hansen, because I think the first couple trips, I made the first trip with you back east, it was more, and correct me if I'm wrong, but not on the air. No, correct me if I'm wrong. If that was like a vacation when you guys thought, hey man, we're traveling, we're in Minnesota, everything's groovy, and then you woke up to reality that you were here and there and you had to be on time. And how was that?
Definitely would not call it a vacation. Not even close. We all know we got to go out there, we got to play, we got to show who we are, we got to represent California, I guess you could say. So we go out there and we try our best, we go and we play. And sometimes we don't get what we want, but it's the experience. We get really good experience out there. So
yeah, I think we had kids, and that's just something you guys got to learn. Now, how many times have you traveled without your parents, Christian?
Never.
Oh, my mommy's boy. Anyhow, I'm teasing you. Jimmy?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. And Bobby, you've traveled quite a bit.
I think it's like 3.
In fact, your mother likes you to travel by yourself. She
Yeah.
told me. She likes that. But remembering stuff, Coach runs a pretty tight ship when we're on the road. You have to be a certain spot, and there you better not be late. And we had guys that we had to make wake-up calls to. Remember that, Jack, last year? And
Those were fun.
Yeah, those were fun. Yeah, exactly. But through the year, they figured it out and what to pack and what not to pack, and make sure I had somebody that I know, and you know him too. We're leaving Minnesota, and we're in the airport, and he walks up to me and says, "Pop, I left my wallet in the hotel." I said, "Well, you dumb SOB. You better get on the blower," which is a phone for those people who don't know what a blower is. Get on the phone, and you better call them and tell them to go to that room and find your wallet and mail it to you, because if you leave it there for any length of time, you won't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he learned a lesson, but he's lost the wallet since then, but that's another story. Anyhow, so those are things that you guys got to remember, because you don't have mom saying, "Hey, did you go to the bathroom? Did you brush your teeth?" and all that type of thing. You guys got to figure that out on your own. You're old enough to do that, obviously. So those are things that you guys that are new to the program will have to get yourself wrapped around and figured out what's going on. So we go to Minnesota twice, I believe, or 3 times.
I think Michigan, right? Michigan too.
I think
Yeah.
we 5 flights. I
Yeah.
think it's 5 flights, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
5 out of state.
5 out
I
of
think.
state,
Right.
and then 5 to LA.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll be playing in the new rink in Irvine.
It's a nice rink.
That's coming up.
It's a really nice rink.
And it's the whole program this year. Obviously, the more we move forward, the more organized we become as a team, and the school understands the fit. So we went through a lot of growing pains last year, which we came out of to the positive. So now you guys have study hall time, which we didn't have last year. You have tutors on the road and here, which we didn't have last year. So those things have helped the program out. And I think the biggest thing moving forward that we need to get, and maybe he's not here. I'm thinking Jason. Maybe we get Jason's mom. We need somebody to counsel you guys. Now, when I'm not talking about your academics, because they have great counselors there, but for those who are coming in and are billeted like yourself, you guys know the birds, but the kids like the SARS and the ETIs and the people that come from another country, man, and they're here. We need somebody to just walk up to them and say, "Hey, how's everything going?" Because there is homesickness. I don't care how tough you think you are or whatever, but you have that disconnect, right? You don't have your family. Yeah, you can talk to them on the phone, but that's not the same. And just to find out where these kids' heads are at, because I believe we lost one gentleman this year already, a good kid, but I think he got homesick. I really think that was the biggest issue there, and he had a girlfriend, and that's all fine and dandy, but maybe if we knew about what was going through his head, he seemed to be fine, but then just out of the clear blue, he says, I'm going home. So good luck to him, and I hope everything goes well for him. But those are the things that we don't think about on a daily basis, because most of us are based here, at least I am, and most of you guys have been in the program, all 3 of you guys have been in our program with the Colts, so it's a more of a family atmosphere. You've played with these guys before, Jimmy, so it's not the same for you, but some of these kids that come, like the Sharpie, who's fit in very good. He's from Simi Valley, which isn't, it's far enough that you can't go visit your parents every weekend.
Yeah.
And the Borses and all these guys that come that aren't part of our group, that's a big transition, man. And you're going to a school that, to me, is more like a college than a high school. When I went to high school 113 years ago, you went from first grade to first grade. You went from first period to 7th period every day. Same classes, same period, same time, everything. you guys go to certain classes on Monday, different classes on Tuesday, same classes for Monday on Wednesday maybe. I don't know how it works, but something similar to that. So it's more of a college. That's how colleges are. You don't have it may take 5 or 6 classes, but you have one class on Tuesday and some other class on Wednesday. So how is that? You were there last year, so how did you adapt to that?
Took me a little bit, but I actually kind of like it because that off day. So we have one class 4 days a week, and we have one off day of that class, and that off day I kind of get like a break, so I don't have to do that homework, and I can just relax that night.
But you have other homework, right?
But I have other homework, but if it's like the hardest class I have, it's nice to get a break on that class.
Oh, I'm sure. It's nice to get a break from anything that you do consistently. How is it for you?
Me, I like it because, like Bobby said, you get that off day, which is kind of nice. Like for every single class, I mean, if you just do the same thing every week, it switches it up, which is kind of nice. And it also, if it's like a really hard assignment for homework, you have that extra day if you needed help or you had to go ask someone for help, which is nice.
Yeah. Do you feel that the curriculum's tougher here than in your previous school?
Oh yeah, it's hard, but it's good.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and that was the thing about the hockey part of it. You guys are going to a school that scholastically is rated very high. They didn't want us to put on a lot of seniors at first, and at first I thought, wow, we're playing mostly seniors on most of these teams. And they said, because if that's your last year of high school, and say you only came here, like Alex was last year, I'm just using him, it has nothing to do with him personally, but he came here for 1 year, and on every transcript, the school transcript, he graduated from St. Mary's, but he only went here 1 year. And they have a thing about their name and what people feel about their school, so they want you to invest in the school, right, like you guys are as freshmen, and that kind of made sense to me. So going forward, we're going to be playing against a lot of 18-year-olds. I think most of the kids that left last year, most of these teams we have 1 or 2 teams. Am I right, Jack? I mean, there's not just one team. They have several teams.
Oh yeah.
Like Santa Margarita, for instance.
Yeah.
They have several teams.
Yeah.
And
they have a varsity.
Right.
I'm
So
pretty sure.
that being said, it's tough for you guys to come in here as freshmen. Although you're being taught well on the ice, Derek's very good, Coach Eisler. He's very good at what he does, and Zach is also, to get the best out of you. We had a lot of kids last year, and Jack, you say yes or no, but we had, I use the word soft, but I don't mean that as a derogatory. They didn't finish checks. They should have. And let's face it, when you have the puck, you better have your head on a swivel because somebody's coming to get you. And I'm not talking about dirty. I'm just talking about part of the game. So you got to be prepared. You got to know you got to slip this guy or move this way, or you're going to get racked. And they're big kids. I mean, as big as Clayton was, there's teams we played, especially in Minnesota, that was his size or bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how do you?
They were huge.
Yeah, they were. we look like the Munchkins coming out of this. But it was quite different. But you guys stood the test of time. I gotta say, last year's team, we were in every game up until maybe third period, middle of third period. Fatigue set in. Let's face it. Coach says they're kids. There's no fatigue. They don't fatigue. Well, when you're playing like every other shift, or especially the defense. This year will be a little bit more rested, so when you are out there, you can play very hard, knowing that you got 45 seconds or whatever it is, 50 seconds, depending on stoppages, and you're going to get off the ice and get a little respite and then go back in there. I think that's really going to help us. And we got a pretty good defensive team this year. I really feel that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, well, you should. You're the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today? Tomorrow. Anyhow, so what have you guys felt as I'm going to ask you, Jack, because you were here last year. How do you feel about the team versus last year? And I'm not. You don't have to compare players so much. I'm talking about the team as a whole.
I feel like everybody wants to work hard this year. Last year we had people, they're just kind of there. You know, like
Yeah.
they were there. They tried sometimes, but not all the time.
Right.
I feel like a lot of us on this team try like all the time. So
Right.
I'd say it's much better than last year.
Yeah, and you can get that feeling just from me watching. I'm not out there, but I mean, I see it. I see the support and guys kind of not getting on each other, but just, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, figure this out. This isn't tough. And like I said, that I don't know how much that happened last year, but I would say probably minimal at
Yeah.
best. And you guys that played with other organizations and teams, what do you feel that? Where do you feel this team can do this year? Now you haven't played anybody. Jack's been through the gauntlet already. I don't know how many games we played this year. 40-some games.
44, I think.
44 games.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's a lot of games. You bet. And you're playing hockey from Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
And you're on the ice every day. I mean, that's a big. Just that alone is a big transition from where you came. I mean. You practice once or twice a week for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I don't know, how much did you practice it over there?
We practice 3, sometimes 4 days for an hour and a half. On the weekends, it could range from anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was good that we were on the ice a lot, but this year it's tough, especially that long week.
Yeah, and you're going from some days as early as 6 in the morning till whenever you get home at night, and then doing homework, and it makes for a long day. You don't have time to really screw around, or it's pretty much you're dedicated to hockey and school.
Yep.
No shenanigans.
Yeah, that's
What's that?
You really got time to breathe.
Yeah, you're going all the time. So I think the program in that aspect will grow you guys to whatever your hockey future is. Now, Jack, where do you, after this year, you're a senior, our big bad senior. We got one more too. Who's that?
We have 3.
Who's
There's a
the other
couple.
two?
Ethan.
We got Ethan.
Ethan, that's
Max,
right.
and Sean.
And Sean.
Yeah.
that's it.
I know what Ethan wants to do.
Jack doesn't
And I'll
need to.
talk to him when he shows up on a show here in the next several weeks. But Jack, where's your aspirations after this year? Where do you see yourself doing?
The goal is juniors. I want to go play juniors back east.
You want to go to Apple Corps, probably.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
want to play juniors.
Yeah, good.
That's good.
Now, I found out something, and you guys may or may not know this because you're smarter than I am. You're all of 15 and 16 and 18 and very smart. But anyhow, I didn't know this, and that less than 1% of everybody playing hockey in the United States can go into any D1 campus and play Division I hockey in right up front. I had no idea. Less than 1%. So you have to go through the route of juniors. They may commit you or try to commit you to play for whomever, and they'll tell you, hey, I want you to play on this junior team for a couple of years and develop more skill because, and it made sense because you said most of the kids, very few kids can make it, and then if they did, we took them on, they're going to sit on the fourth line. They may get a shift, maybe 2, maybe 3 for the whole game. So you're never developing your game. You're going to always be a fourth liner. So it made a lot of sense. And now I understand watching the college football where they say he's a red-shirted freshman. Well, that means he went to junior college or he went somewhere else before he became, because your clock starts ticking the first day that you show up on campus and you're actually a member of that campus. And so there's a lot of 20-year-old freshmen, college freshmen. So where do you, am I keeping you awake? I mean, I don't want to cut into your
Sleep there,
bedtime,
buddy.
Christian. But anyhow, where your ambitions to go, or where do you see hockey taking you, or maybe St. Mary's is it? I don't know.
I still have 3 years in high school, so trying to still play all 3 years at St. Mary's, and then hopefully go play juniors. If not juniors, try and play for some college team somewhere, and just expand my playing career from there.
Good. How about you, Jimmy?
For me, I want to go play college because I think that school's first and then hockey's second.
Yeah.
So if I went to go to college and played there, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd get my degree and I'd still be able to play hockey.
Yeah.
And if I did get picked up by anyone, which
Yeah.
might happen, might not,
Yeah.
I still have my degree and I get to go play the sport I love.
That's a pretty smart thing. And how about you, Bob?
I want to finish my high school hockey at St. Mary's. I love Coach Derek as a coach. He has a lot of connections too,
Yeah.
so he can make things happen for you if you have, if you want to do it and you have the willpower. And I want to go to college and play hockey just like Jimmy, because you'll get your degree and you could have that experience of a college sport.
Right. And I think, Jack, you're waving at me, or are you just waving at yourself?
No, it's hot in here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
buddy. You okay?
Yeah.
Paramedics are outside with water. Relax. Anyhow. But that's something that you guys got to think about, because even like the 1% we're talking about and whatever, you have to have something to fall back on, because at some point your hockey career will end, whether you make it all the way to the NHL and you play or whatever, or you get a major injury and you're done playing hockey competitively. You have to have something to fall back on. And so hearing you guys say that is good, because that's what life's all about, right? You just don't know where life's going to take you. I mean, I've taken most of mine up already, but when you're young, you don't think about that. You really don't. You just go out and enjoy every day that you're alive and everything's groovy. But to be focused on something that you want to major in, what would be your major other than for hockey? What would you want to major in, Christian?
As of right now, I want to do something in the medical field.
Oh, I wonder why. His mom's a nurse, but anyhow. That's a good profession, though. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I think that's very good. What about you, Jim?
I would want to be an engineer, like a mechanical engineer. I just don't know why, but I love working on stuff.
That's what you're into.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Bird,
I want to be something like an engineer for outer space, like rocket ships.
wow.
That's
So
been
like
my
NASA?
like
Rocket
NASA.
science?
You realize your father is Mike Bird, okay?
Yeah.
You're a little handicapped at this point.
Yeah.
But your mother is, she'll get you. Shannon will get you over the top.
Yeah, I want to do this because one of my mom's good friends, believe her brother works for SpaceX,
Wow.
and I had to do projects on my old school, like interview people and find out what I want to do when I was older, and it's one of the things that caught my attention.
Well, good. That's good. You guys got some. What about you, Jack?
Undecided.
You're a senior, buddy. You're the
Wow.
senior,
I'm undecided.
buddy.
He's a senior. I don't know. I'm undecided.
Just so you know, the clock is ticking.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Hey,
Cooking
I'm
like
just
Boris.
telling you.
know.
Yeah.
9 months.
Cooking like
Got 9
Boris.
months.
Cooking like What are you talking about,
Never
Bob?
mind.
Boris is good
9
kid.
months.
Yeah, that's
I
what
got
it claims.
time. I got time.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got time.
That was some pretty good
Mom,
candy.
what is your ambition for your son?
Well, I really loved his answer. I thought that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, who prompted
Who prompted
you?
it? I sounded just like
Now, who's between you and your hubby?
Yeah.
Who's the brains?
Oh, come on. That's
I had to ask you. I knew.
Oh, you knew.
I have the
Okay,
answer.
just
Right
checking.
answer.
Right.
Right answer.
Right
Of course
answer.
it's me. Yeah.
Um,
No, we're both, would love to see the boys go to college and expand their hockey career. I think that is great goals. Glad it was textbook answer for my son. What can
Yeah.
I say? Really, it
yeah,
was lovely.
It
Yeah.
was. And I think that textbook answer is because Mom's sitting here. But no, I
That could
believe
be
you.
true.
I believe you guys. So it's going to be a fun year.
Yes,
We
sir.
don't know where we'll end up. If we ended up a little over 500, I think that's a great second year, in my opinion. Hopefully, the other things happen. We don't know that, but it is going to be different for you guys to go out there and actually play with the older kids. I mean, they're not kids; they're men. Anthony happened to be able to go up and play with Everett, right? And you see these guys with the shields. That's all they have. They don't have the full cage, and you go, "Holy buckets, man! This is the real deal." He got blowed up there one time. Clean hit, but it didn't look like much. But he told me afterwards, his bell got rung a little bit.
It's rocked.
Yeah,
Holy, I got
yeah.
rocked a few times last year.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you took some heavy hits.
I'm still here.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
the helmets work
Surprising.
well, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
So the new look Rams, we're all patiently awaiting tomorrow night's game to see how you guys do. And like I've said before many times on the show, it's not all about winning. It really, sure, it's the nice thing to do. But Christian, I know you've been on teams that have not done well in the past. We've all been a part of that. But I had a guy tell me, and this is a story I've said many times before. He's played in the major leagues. He sat with us for breakfast when we were in Arizona doing a tournament 3 or 4 years ago. He told Anthony and Dominic, he said, L is not for losing, it's for learning. He said, yeah, winning's nice, but he plays baseball, so they play 162 games a year. I mean, that's a ton, and you obviously don't win them all. And he says, but when you don't win, he said everybody wants to go out and win. If the game starts, everybody thinks they're going to win the game, but for some reason only one team wins, right? So that's when you have to do a little soul searching and say, what could I have done better? Now it's easy to point out that Jack missed a pass and Jack put one in the center and the guy took it and scored, and we lose. I'm not picking on you, Jack. You just happen to be who I was looking at. But you can't go in the locker room and get down on him because somewhere in that game you all made mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So I think this team's going to be much better about that this year. Not that we blamed anybody last year, but you have to take ownership of your own game. That's the only thing you have control of, right? And when you get off, if you're on the line or you have a defenseman partner, I don't know who you partnered up with.
I'm partnered up with AJ.
AJ. So you see something where, man, when I go there, you got to do this, or when you go, you got to let me know what you're thinking because I'm not on that page with you. There's got to be a lot of talking on the bench so that when you go off your next shift, that whatever problems you see out there or need to be, what they can do to correct them. We had our last senior that left the team was Alex Gano. He's playing in Apple Core, I'll get it out,
Yes.
in New York. And he played his first game, and he scored 2 goals. So Alex, and he's playing wing now, I understand. He's not playing defense. He did for us last year. He's a very good player. But we didn't have much more than that last year. Hazy will be good this year. But he was good last year. I mean, Anthony better bring his game around. Luca has picked up his game. He's gotten pretty big, and I know he's doing that CrossFit, so he's getting stronger. Keo's playing better. He seems to be involved more with the team. Boris conquers the world, but that's good for him. I mean, that's what motivates him to do better, and that's all right. But I think, like I said, the nucleus. Dominic, I wish him well this year. I told him you just got to be prepared because of his size. He's a very smart hockey player. He knows how to play his position. He's gutty.
Got to be careful.
And you guys got to protect him a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't think that most people would run him, but you're going to have a goof on the other team.
Kid that doesn't hit that often.
Yeah, right. So, just as you as a team, we got to just tell them, hey, if you're going to take somebody, come after me. That's an easy target. You know what I mean? So, stuff like that, and you guys have how many second-year players do we have, Jack?
A lot. Not a lot. A few.
6, 7.
See, like 7 or 8 probably.
So you guys, the new guys, if you have issues, whatever they may be, I don't know what the issues are. Hopefully they're not women problems, but that you would go to one of these guys and say, hey, man, coach seemed to be on me today, or whatever it might be. I'm just throwing stuff out there that these guys say, hey, that's just normal, man. He wants you to get better. Bobby's played for him. You 2 guys have been around him, and Jimmy, you've played with him with the Blazer program, I believe.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, and he just tries to get more out of you, even though more than you think I'm capable of doing. He knows how far to push you to get that little extra, and once you get there, you'll thank him. I guarantee you. And he's got. I like the guy. I like his coaching style. He's a guy. When I was going to school, he's younger than I am, but that's how the coaches were, man. The coaches were not your friend. They were there to make you better. And whatever it took for them to get you there. I mean, most of the coaches that I played for, they'd probably be in jail today for some of the stuff they did. Because in our soft society that we have now, it's like, oh my goodness, you can't do that. It was eye-opening. They grab you by the face mask and they sucker punch you right in the guts. Boom! Now you're ready for the game, man. You ready now? Boom! And they hit you in the, you can't do that anymore. God forbid. Excuse me, I got a tickle. So, what would you like to see from this program going down? What would you like to see more or less of, or whatever? Go ahead, Jack.
Well, hopefully we can get a few more wins than we did last year. We got a couple. I'd say not enough for what we were capable of.
Thank you, Miss Betty.
I'd say that we could get more wins than we did last year. That should be the goal, I think, for us.
How many wins did we have last year, Jack?
I know we had one in the NAPHL,
Right.
and then I want to say 5 in the other one, so like 6 or 6.
And then you have pretty good preseason.
Yeah.
So maybe 10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We won all our home games. So we played like 2 home games. So those were wins, and then a few other ones. So I'd say like 10. We had like
10's
10
a good
wins.
number. So we got to get more than 10 this year, and I think we'll get more than that. You guys have been practicing very hard. I watched practice today, and some of the stuff you're doing, I don't think we did any. What you guys did today, did we do it at all last year during practice?
Yes, we did. We did do that. Yeah.
I must have missed that practice, but it's all good stuff. And teaching. Everybody wants to go top shelf. That's the pretty one, bar down, or whatever you want to call it. But most of the goals are scored, about 2.5 feet off the ground. Yeah, it's amazing. Right above the pad line.
About
When the
knee
pads
height.
go down, just above it. And what a difference. And these other schools that we play, obviously they got snipers out there and good defensemen. And the biggest thing is passing. I think when you hang on to the puck too long, you try to do too many cute things that you can get away with A or double A playing. You're not going to get away with.
Yeah.
The guy's going to strip you of the
You just
puck
gotta
and
move it.
You got to move
But
it.
You're not gonna have enough time. You
Yeah.
don't have enough.
2 seconds.
It's hard. I mean, there was times last year where I'd see a guy try to he'd get a rebound and he tried to settle the puck to shoot. You don't have that time because the goaltender's either pounced on it or a defenseman comes and takes you off the puck. So the speed of the game. And Bobby, you saw that a little bit last year from where, and you played A division hockey here in Stockton. How much faster was when you went to Shattuck than what you played with?
It was a whole different game. I had to change everything I did. I couldn't think think as I got the puck. I had to think before I got the puck, know what my next move was, then make it. There is no time to waste.
Yeah, and I think that's the key, especially with hockey. I mean, I've said this before. In football, you take a play, and then you got 30 or 45 seconds in between plays, so coach can yell at you, or somebody can tell you, hey, this guy's coming in, you get him to the outside, whatever it might be. Baseball, how long between pitches, man? I mean, you can fall asleep most of the time between pitches, so the coach is moving the fielders around or telling you, hey, if it comes to you, you're trying for 2 or, whatever. This game, they'll tell you when you come off to the bench that, hey, man, when you get down in that corner, you got to kick it out or you got to reverse it or you got to do something, right? But when you're out there, it's bang, bang, man. You gotta not only be able to skate, which takes talent, stick handle, which takes talent, and then know where to properly move the puck, I think sometimes last year, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jack or Bobby, that was here last year, we kept trying to push the puck up the wall sometimes instead of trying to find a guy that's open in the middle on the weak side. and we forced it up, and we couldn't get it out. They get the puck and be able to create another shot, but we kept trying to force stuff that wasn't there instead of trying to. And that could be because the guy on the weak side is not yelling for the puck either. I don't know that. I'm not out there, but from watching it, you watch that and you think, why aren't they? This guy, there's nobody over there. Get it out to him. Let him get out of the zone with the puck. So these things, and you'll all work on that, and coach will help you see the errors of your way if you make them. But it's I'm really excited for this year. I think that the team is going in the right direction. We had, what did we have, 14 last year, and we dropped down to 2. We dropped 2. At the end of the year, we only had like 12 guys and a goaltender.
We lost one during the year.
Right.
And then we lost. So then we were
we
at
lost
14,
2. We lost
and then
2.
we lost 2 at the end.
Yeah. So we're down to 12 guys, man. I mean,
it was a small group.
But the thing was, you guys were in those games.
We
won
one game in the other league with 12 people.
Yeah.
So
pretty good stuff. This year you'll be more winded, and I think the program, your off ice. Let's talk about that a little bit. Off ice training better than last year. Other than the weight part, I mean,
I'd say we all like it.
Yeah.
I think we all wish we were in the gym instead of just the parking lot, but we're still getting what we need. Like it's good. So we're getting everything that we need.
I understand you will be back in the gym here right after football gets out, or when they're done, and they're done November, December,
soon,
right?
I think.
Huh?
I think soon.
Yeah,
they're done soon, and then you guys will start doing the gym again.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Christian? Because where you came from, there was some off ice stuff, but not like what you're going through now.
Oh no, it was only like before practice, which we only practice 2 days a week.
Yeah.
And now we're 5 days on ice, and then right after ice, it's workout, and it's good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Different, huh?
It is.
What about you, Jimmy?
I like it. I think that it's good that we all push each other, which helps us a lot, especially for people that need it more.
Yeah.
And people that don't want to work as hard.
Yeah.
They're always pushing themselves because everyone around them is pushing them to work hard.
You did some of it last year, right, Bob? You did some of the off ice stuff.
At the end of the season, when they moved out of the gym, and I did the off ice stuff, but I didn't lift any weights or anything because I didn't start lifting. But it's definitely a better atmosphere now that everyone's working hard, everyone's pushing each other, and there's no one standing by. And especially since last year was 2 dry lands a week with our practices, it wasn't any weights or any extra thing. It was just body weight. So this definitely gives me a better.
And the stronger you get, the more confident I think you become. Even though the guy's bigger than you, he may not be stronger, and you don't have a problem going into the corners. You got hammered quite a few times last year, and really it wasn't fun. I mean, you just go, holy buckets, man, and he'd get up and he kept going. I mean,
I got rocked and I got right back up.
Yeah.
And went out and I got rocked again.
But right back up.
It happened.
That's part of the game.
So, I just want to. We're going to wind this up here as soon as Betty gets back here. We're going to wind it up and move on. But any last words from you, Allie?
No, I just want to say good luck to the boys tomorrow. I think you're going to have a really good game, and St. Mary's is going to do some really good things in hockey. So let's start tomorrow. It's a good way to start.
No time like the present.
Yeah.
Mr. Bird, last final thoughts. Say hello to Mike at NBC Sports. And
Mike from NBC
Mike
Sports.
Bird, NBC Sports. I'm the man.
What's up, Mike?
I'm excited. I know some of the kids on their team, and it makes me want to play harder.
We're at Bellarmine?
Yeah.
You do? Are you?
I think Jimmy
Yeah,
does too.
I know some
Yeah.
too.
Me too.
Some of them are at the UOP camp over the summer. Some of them I just know from where I leave. Some of them go there, but it makes me want to play harder because I know they're all older than me. So it makes me want to prove myself.
Yeah, you've come a long way, my friend. I mean, I've watched you, most of your hockey stuff, your career, and you've come a long way. I mean, just in size alone, you've come a long way, and then your speed, and then you're shooting. I mean, you get some good hard shots at the net, and let's face it, Jack had one he made from the blue line last year that never left the ice. Remember that, Jack?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was at a home game right there in Oak Park, and I'm watching. He shoots, and and the goaltender never saw the puck. He was standing looking for it. He's waiting for somebody to hit him in the face or here, and the puck just went right by him into the back of the net.
Terrible shot, but
Hey, listen.
It works. It works.
That you hit it on the button and he caught it, right? So I mean, they all work out. Jimmy, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it's gonna be some good games this weekend. Can't wait to go out there and hopefully
So
beat
who do you know on
them.
Bellarmine team?
I know Manny and a couple other people. But
Yeah.
No, I think.
Is there gonna be some trash talking tomorrow night?
Nah.
most definitely not. I mean,
Yeah.
No,
Richard
No.
Wankle.
we can't.
Wankle.
Well, no,
Wait.
not that you want the coaches to hear.
But no, it'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're a good act. All you guys are good people in general. So we're happy to have you here. We don't have any donkeys, as we call them. That's an easier word you can get across the air with a donkey, but the other word you can't say. So anyhow, Christian.
Pretty much.
Oh
So
boy.
basically-
Samantha, what are we gonna do with this kid? What are you thinking? I mean, what you waiting to get your first hit or get hit or what's going on in your mind?
I'm
Not
just
much
really
right
excited.
now, I can tell.
I'm just really excited. I played with some of the kids before, and I mean, I like to think we became pretty close friends. And I'm just excited to get out there and play.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna do very well this year. I'm not saying you're gonna win all your games, but you'll win a good majority. I think you'll be in the games, and you just gotta remember each shift's a new shift, and you gotta get off the scoreboard if you're getting crushed. And we've all been around games or in games that we've gotten crushed. You can't think about that. I know it's what you want to do. You want to look and go, oh my goodness, what's going on? But you need to just focus on your next shift. One at a time. That's all you can do. You can't do any more than when you're out on the ice. It's just what you have to keep telling yourself over and over on the bench. Hey, boys, let's go out and win this line. Let's be the better team out there. Whether the puck goes in or not, that you control the play, right? So those are the things you got to work on. Yes, Allie.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be like a Hanson brother scenario. Slap shot.
There already is.
Yeah.
We are
yeah.
D partners.
You got the
Hanson squared.
Yeah, it's
Already
Hansen.
is.
Hansen squared.
A new movie.
You don't have a mean bone in your body. Now this guy
Gentle giant.
has a mean bone in his body, but you, I'm not so sure about. We'll see.
We'll find it.
Yeah, don't.
Unhitch that
But
wagon.
we also know what happens when you get too crazy out there, right? Right, Jack?
Jeez, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. So you play under control most of the time. Once
I like to
in
think
once,
so.
Most of the
well,
time.
yeah. Once in a while, somebody gets under your skin, but you just got to skate off, get away from
Yeah.
them. You know, you guys got some agitators, and one of them's Anthony. He likes to run his mouth, and then when the stuff starts happening, he just skates off to the bench. You know what I mean? So it's good to try to get them out of their game and get them up, but there's a gray area in there, right? So you guys got to just keep going forward and doing what you're taught. Listen to your coaches, do what they're asking you to do, and it'll all be good. You know, it's like I said, it's a long season. You start tomorrow night. And then look out, man. There's 44 more games after that, so big time for you to
44.
accelerate and get going, right? And then, like I said, our next show will be on the 14 days from today, which will be the 26th. I do mathematics in my head, yes. That's
good.
Yeah.
A plus.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Anyhow, my scheduled guests next time are Coach Eisler and then Adam Lichter. Big. I'm bringing in the heavyweights. Adam, if you're out there, which you'd never listen, but if you are listening, you are on the 26th. I will text you to remind you. Very, very busy young man. He's very, very busy.
Always on the phone.
Always on the phone.
And on the golf cart.
Anyhow,
don't
keep
forget about the golf
talking.
cart.
I get Betty. So just
All right.
talk about something.
You know,
Come
I
to
saw-
our home game on Sunday,
There you
Oak Park, 5:20.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. She's right here.
You know, I got one thing to say. I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and there's this one thing I saw. It's pretty. I thought it was pretty funny. You guys might not find it funny, but it was saying something about how hockey players, like, it doesn't matter what level you're playing at, they have the worst interviews ever.
Oh, I think
Like,
that's true.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
true.
kind of.
So give me
It's because football players don't interview.
Well,
Watch an NHL game and listen to the interviews after the game.
listen to Sidney Crosby do an interview after, like, in the middle of a game.
What's he say?
Like, I saw this one, like,
yep.
stuff where it's all like, we just gotta get the puck in the net, and I think we're gonna win this hockey game. Yeah.
Yep.
I think if we
Pretty much.
take the puck from the other team and put it in the other net, I think we might win this hockey game.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, but they're kind of
Common
geared
sense.
to
Yeah,
common
it's just,
sense. Yeah, exactly.
it's so
So
funny
last
to
time
watch.
around, anybody got anything to say?
Hi, Dad. What's up, Dad?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Maddie.
I just wish the boys luck.
All
My
right.
goodness.
So tomorrow night we're in San Jose. Bellarmine is our first opponent. We play at 7:30 in San Jose on 10th Street. Solar
For America.
Solar for America.
Solar for America. Wonderful. And then on Sunday night here at 5:20 we play at beautiful Oak Park. Our home will be our first home game of the season. So hope to see you guys out there. And rooting on the St. Mary's Rams. So next show, we've said this before, I'm going to say it for the last time, it will be on the 26th. Derek Eisler and Adam Lecter will be aboard. Until next time, keep your skates on the ice and reach for the stars. Good night, everybody.
Awesome.